who belong to one education, they belong to a group, then they'll be scouting for investors in other groups because they are not in the paid premium of those groups. Amy Cornelius, during the recent interaction with few members of my team online and some of our supporters, I was asked a few questions about some few things in property, and I will be answering some of those questions today. The first question is, does DigiSpace even believe in rent to rent? Oh, yes. Rent is one of the property strategies that gives cash flow, that gives financial freedom very fast. But however, as the director of the brand, in as much as I believe so much in rent to rent, I need to categorize it to my audience. Audience is the Black community, immigrants, existing immigrants. There are dynamics to different kind of people in England. Everybody is British, yeah. Like everybody that even land in England the first day says, yeah, I'm British. But there's a lot of things that are peculiar to each individual. And because of the peculiarity, the rent to rent that we believe and help set up in our business is what we call buy to own, buy to rent. The reason for this is that it is less hassle, it is very scalable, and it is true wealth. In as much as rent to rent, renting a property that is not your own to give you money is very good. It could quickly give you cash flow. Our business model is not that. Our business model in DigiSpace 7 is lasting wealth for people to create alternative source of income. So not something that after the year contract, the mortgage company have something different with the landlord, or they claim the house, they decide to claim the house because something is happening, or the landlord is traveling, wants to sell, or whatever. Or the landlord changes his mind, even though you say you put the clause there and all that, and then the property can't work anymore for you. Or the service accommodation property was working, and then for a while it could not work anymore. You have to pull out to look for another one. So what we help people to do is to buy properties. They can choose to flip it, they can choose to sell, they can choose to keep it and use it as a buy to rent. So people buy and then they rent with it. So that property becomes theirs for life. So they make money from capital appreciation. They also make money from rent on that property. We teach rent to rent, but we always offer our members in our academy buy to own, because as immigrant, it's one of the best model that could give you peace of mind without the noise that surrounds the rest. Don't forget, we have our own audience. Why do I need to invest in education? The reason why you need to invest in education is because property education goes beyond just the education you get in property. It goes into networking. So a lot of people already heard of some of the things we teach. It's not new to them. They've been to one-day training, they've been to free trainings, some are even on subscription or some other people. They just come to us to come and know the feel that they get from us. But the truth is this: why you need to invest in property education is that it gives you opportunity to know, to practice, and then to join all other professionals and network with all other people that can make your dreams possible. Property investment in England is not a child's play. It can be sold to you in a 2-minute advert as very quick syndrome that you can buy it with £5. Even some people buy residential property with zero deposit. They go into it with zero deposit and later they found that they were enslaved into it. So there's a lot of packaging around property. We go straight to the point. We tell you what it is like. So investing in education, property education, gives you access to the network of our business, our builders, our legal structure, our accounting structure, our involvement in your project. Sometimes we even help with peer within the group to help you achieve your property dream. So that's very expensive property can become achievable and scalable because you join the education. Are you with me? Very will make you stand out rather from people who belong to one education, they belong to a group, then they'll be scouting for investors in other groups because they are not in the paid premium of those groups. We ensure that we look after them. Whatever your dream is, you can merge it together with another person's dream and obtain a very big vision. So that is very good. If you can run your property business by yourself, that's the best. We will lovely support you on that. But not all fingers are not equal. Not everybody has that power to do. So if you want to stop scouting for investors from other people's platform, then you need to invest in your own education so that you meet other investors that you can achieve your dream. Very important. Do you sustain yourself in property? Oh, as a business owner myself, I sustain myself in property through the properties, that's the chain of property I've bought before that I have. So as a business owner, I have partnership with other business investors, and in the past we have bought properties that some of them, majority of those properties I'm living on right now. So some are bought individually, some are bought as a group. So what I am now wanting to happen for others, I have also done it for myself. So I live off properties and some other businesses that I do. I want that to sound very well to our critics. Empty barrels make the loudest noise. Not what is your, someone said, what are we going to learn also in your training? You're going to learn service accommodation, you're going to learn buy, refurbish and refinance, you're going to learn property flipping, you're going to learn how to deal sell. You're not just going to learn deal selling to go and sit down. One of it is that when you now want to join venture with some other people, you'll be able to use the skill to deal sell deals, to get deals, the good deals, because deal selling is the bane of property investment. There is no aspect of property investment you want to carry out without you packaging a deal, so that you will not have to pay for a deal. One thing you must know is that deal selling is the most important aspect of property investment, and if you don't know about it, you are going to pay for it. Okay, you must learn to use money to get money. Don't always think that you will use zero money to get plenty things. Whatever you don't know, you don't know. Either you go and learn those things or you pay for it. And that's one of the things I said earlier, joining academy, paying for education. Because when you know how it works, then it will not be new to you. And it also depends on the strategy you want to use. Some people want to buy 2-3 properties in a year. So even though you might not be the one sourcing for all the properties, but at least know how to source one. And when you get so busy because you were doing a lot of refurbishment, or you were still combining with your job, then you could pay someone to help you get it. Are you getting it? But in everything, you must know that property business is not a baby's business. You're going to spend money to get money. You're going to use what you have to get money. Know that most rent people that you see that are thriving on in different places, those properties are owned by their academy members. I'm telling you the truth. And the community becomes very large. You might say, oh, they get a lot of rent-to-rent deals there. Oh, I can buy. Majority of the rent-to-rent deals you are buying there belongs to the people who have already invested in BRR projects. I won't say more than that. So rent-to-rent is good, but I advise people, even if you're making your money on the rent, quickly buy to rent. It's very, very key, for a long-term investment, because now you are going to be making money on capital appreciation. You're making money daily also. And then you've also put out your money even when you bought it in the first place, because you didn't just go and buy. You bought a rundown property from auction, you refurbished it, and you used it for service accommodation. So you're making money on capital appreciation and also on rent. Does it mean some don't get their properties without those members? No, of course, a few get that. So another person said, if I have 15,000, 10,000, what can I achieve with that after your property training? I would advise you, £10,000 cannot buy a rundown property and refurbishing it in England, but it can combine force with other monies to buy. Don't use your £10,000 to want to own chains of property. Start by loaning your money as an investor into that business. Buy equity. So 4 of you can gather with your 15,000 or 10,000 to buy a property of, that the deposit and everything will be like 50,000. Are you with me? Don't start thinking that you want to use your 10,000 to own property. You want to own a portfolio with 10,000. People that own portfolios, you save your 40,000-50,000 pounds and start building your portfolio from that. But once you don't have that, you should be looking at a quick flip. You will have enough money to be able to do your own full BRR project yourself, of course, plus some savings that you have. But don't come into the market thinking that 10,000 pounds is going to quickly start building your property 1, property 2. Know that you are going to, there's a lot of things that goes into property business. You're going to pay legals, you're going to pay visitors, you're going to pay surveys, you're going to pay builders. If you are not available to do the job yourself, you're going to pay someone to go and oversee it for you, or if you have a family member to do. So if I have 10,000, if I have 50,000, what will I do? I will join a group of people who understand the business. I will get returns on my investment for the time the property is there. When I have enough money, I will buy my property myself or with just one person. It's easy to do joint venture when you people are not too much, for a long-term joint venture, than you thinking that. And then some people also have few amount of money, like under 15,000 also, and they say that they only want 2 people. It's not easy for 2 of you to raise, because that person is also like you too. He also has 10,000 like you or 15,000 like you. So what is easy is for you people to come together, buy that property. When you sell the property, you're able to get on your initial capital. That is enough. But if you're trying to use 10,000 to build property for people to be keeping, to be doing BRR, then it means that you have to be open to have 5 more people with you or 4 more people. So just understand the reality of it. Property business is very easy, but you must not be greedy. You must be understanding, and you must be willing to take sacrifice. Don't forget what I said. You must not be greedy. You must be quite understanding and be willing to take sacrifice. Because one of the reasons why a lot of people are not moving at the pace they should move is that they want to use one stone to kill 10 birds. It's not possible. Start off, see how it works, join a team of people, make some money on your first one, do the second one, have enough trust to do the greater one. That is what I would do if I have such money. Our training is coming up on the 31st of January. We are going to be setting up some of these things I've mentioned with you. We're going to be learning how it works and set up businesses for you around that. If you have, so ensure that you are in that training, be a part of it, break all rumors, come and hear for yourself, come and see for yourself. Property business is very real, but a lot of people come with different intentions. Some are greedy, some come with lack of understanding, some don't want to get knowledge. They just want to come with their own understanding. But property business works for those that are willing to follow the due process. If you follow the due process, you are just on your way to replacing your current job or having a side business. January 31st, don't miss it. Be there and ensure you click the form.